Are you good? Let me bring you in. Hi guys. Long time since we do a full moon reading, innit? I feel like it's necessary. I feel like it's very necessary. I do. Just cleanse up these cards while I greet you all as you all come in. And also hello to all of your new subs. Thank you for chilling with a witch. And love to my original G's for sure. Coming in, Isma, baby. Rich supermoon to you. I am the lesson. Oh, Capricorn, Wagwan Saturn. Wagwan, that's your nickname. Yeah. We're back for a full moon reading. Back to the originals, you get me? Oh, thank you, B. Peace and love, Nelly. You never believe what I had to do with the whole glasses situation. So these are my £1 frames, yeah, from the pan shop with £80 lenses in them. That's what we had to do. Because I took my man some fly frames, yeah, and he came up with all kinds of gobbledygook as to why he couldn't get the lenses in, and I just don't think he wanted to do it, to be honest. And then, so I took him another 3 frames, and this is the one that he chose. I was like, wow. So I'm going to get my prescription because I still can't get through to Ethiopia Airlines. Not that I tried that hard, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't try that hard, but after about 3 or 4 days of trying something, I need a Piscean PA at some point. If I ever get a PA, got to be a Pisces or a Scorpio. They're like Rottweilers on something. Whenever they need something or want something done, I feel them. That's what you're getting. That's what you're getting, because I just don't have that in me, you know. After a while, I just get over it and just move on and just find a different situation. But I do miss those glasses, and they were fucking expensive. So I should really try harder. I don't sell cards or stones, but I do readings. And yes, I will soon have an online facility. But like Kate said that I can't tell you lot that it's ready until she tells me that it's ready. So I can't tell you lot that it's ready, okay? These full moon energies they are real life things. They are real life things. If you want to book a reading with me, you can just go to Mama D Tarot and hit me up with an email, and I'll get right back to you. I promise. Got Moonology tonight. It's been a minute. Hey Jade, it's been a minute. Listen, I can't lie to you lot. Like I said, even though, because I just didn't know what it was, I still am not 100. You know, I'm still not 100, but it's just almost like, it's like everything else, isn't it? If it resonates, stick with it. And if it doesn't, just keep it pushing. And for the last couple of months, the moon's been resonating with me. I can't deny it. You know, even if I don't want to resonate with it be resonating with me. I'd be in alignment. I'd be doing the right things. Thank you, Jade. I'll just be doing the right fit, just moving with it. You get me, flowing with it, even to the point where, look at my tree. Look at all those, see all those things hanging off my tree. Those are new sage sticks, because I just be creating. I just be in a creative space. I just be in the energy. Wait, I didn't do the camera properly. That's it, better, innit? All right, boom. Yeah, I just be in a creative space. So I was making more of these love sticks, which I can't wait to share with you, for real. And thank you so much, Isma. But yeah, so I made more of these, which are more leaning towards Venus Day, you know, Venus energy, even Taurus energy. But this is what I want to talk about this moon, yeah, because even though we're in a Scorpio full moon. This is in the Vedic thingy, but I just go with a feeling. I'm not doctrinated into any of the schools of astrology. I'm no fucking astrologer. Thank you, Eternal Love Empress. I'm no astrologer, but I'm telling you, and look how they dressed me today. Pure lace and frou-frou. I'm here for it. Look at the lipstick. It's the lipstick for me. But I got to get up close, you know. This is the lipstick for me. Can you see the details? See the little sparkly bits? It was the lips for me. I was like, oh, thanks. That's how I speak to my guides. Because I really did say, dress me for the energy. Because I was like, if you like put me in red, I know factually that it's a Sagittarius moon. But if you lot do the whole all black everything thing, I know what it is. And that's what it is. And I think I had the same confusion last year. I wasn't leaning on one or the other. But this one, I am getting the energy of Scorpio, transformation. What did we go through, man? We went through a massive transformation. Thank you, Minxie Cat. Oh my gosh, it's coming, Isma. I promise you, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So I'm going to put these here so that I remember to talk about them. So I'm just getting Scorpio energy. I know last month they said it was the Scorpio full moon with the lunar eclipse, wasn't it? Or the solar eclipse, because you know I can't remember this shit. It's details for me. Aries went terrible when it comes to details. But anyway, it didn't feel like it. It felt much more like a Libra full moon, if I'm honest. Like there was a lot of balance being brought in. There was a lot of duality almost brought in as well. You know what I mean? It really didn't feel like no Scorpio full moon. This does. This really, really does. So with it being a Scorpio full moon, we're talking about, first of all, the element of water. So, man, I should have done this video from my bath, but obviously inappropriate. And, you know, I like to be seen. You lot couldn't see me in the bath, but I swear it was the best dialogue I think I would have ever done on YouTube, because they were just like the water. So the water as a conduit for receiving information, also emotion, you know, because we're in Gemini, sun's in Gemini, right? So this is all about communication. It's all about the twins. It's all about how communication is showing up for us. It's not just through our words. It's also through our emotions. It's also through our body language. It's also through our intention. I didn't think I would remember it in the right order. Thank you, brain. Thank you. I'm telling you, this is what was going on in my bath. This is how I was talking in the bath. I was like, yo. So this is all about all of the different elements of communication rolling into one. Are your words connecting with your intention? Are your words connecting with your body language and the emotion? Are you being clear? You know what I mean? Like, are we being clear in our communication? That's why I wore the little piece of blue. I think I had it the other time in it, the little blue lace agate, because is that what this is? I think it is, you know. Because remember, my throat was a little bit scratchy, and it was a little bit scratchier earlier on as well when I was doing my hair clients today. And I was like, what the fuck is that? But again, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury literally comes out of shadow period tomorrow. So once it's completely out of the shadow period, then we can really see what the fuck is good. Jazz, my sister, wagwa mama. Hello. So we're really going to see what's good when Mercury fully comes out of retrograde, because to be honest, thank you, Elenisha. Thank you, Elenisha and Gail. Hey, Gail. We're really going to see what the fuck is good, because I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to communication, I feel like in the last Mercury retrograde, you see me just plucking on my hairs, like, because I'm really thinking about this shit differently. So boom. So when I think about the retrograde, I shut the fuck down. I shut the communication. Or what happened was, no, shit, I didn't. Not in all areas. I shut down in some and completely opened up in others. So if it's you, then it's me. If it's me, then it's you. Already know. I feel like this is going to be a bit of a long video. I haven't got the gong. It's outside in the full moon light. Because of trees now bigger than the house, the moonlight has to go over trees. So I have to wait till around midnight 1 until it comes all the way up. But you know, so we ain't got no gong today. If it's you, then it's me. If it's me, then it's you. So I feel like, remember when I told you when the Mercury and the Pluto retrograde started, it was gonna drag y'all. It was gonna draw you out. That's what I said. It was gonna draw you lot out. Yeah, it's me, you, me. So all of us. Yeah, gonna draw us out, and we're gonna have to say what needs to be said, however it needs to be said, in whichever way. Yeah. So there were times when I just let the shadow live. I just let the shadow live and say what it needed to be said. And now in retrospect, in hindsight, I can see that I'm not sorry for not one single thing that came out of my mouth, but I was very aware and conscious that that aspect of me would definitely be speaking on my behalf, because some things that I was too afraid to say, maybe in a different aspect of herself. For instance, maybe my divine feminine just wanted to keep the fucking peace, or my higher self was just like above it all. You know what I mean? Like, but my shadow had some shit to say, along with my inner child as well. So listen, I'm not sorry for nothing that I said, but I do know that I protected certain people, some people, from the wrath of that shit. Because I knew once I said what I said, in that energy that I was feeling, there'd be no fucking coming back. You know what I mean? So there's that aspect of things, but there's also, now that we're coming out of shadow period, I feel like I can now readdress certain people that I was trying to protect and say what I need to say from the different energy. Maybe not from the shadow, maybe from the higher self, or from my divine feminine. Maybe even my masculine might even get a little say in this thing, yeah. But what I know for sure is that as we come out of the shadow period of retrograde, think of shadow like it's the light now is going to be truly shed on all of the communication that went down in the last 6 to 8 weeks, maybe 10, because we had a shadow period isn't it? So that's all I want to say about that. Right, so let's talk about the moon. Thank you, Macabre. I got my macabre on today. That's another thing. Travel. But we talked about, I don't want to go on and on and on and on about astro traveling and traveling to different dimensions. But what I do want to fucking say is this, yeah, because I was talking to my sisters Jazz and Dee, yeah, and this is the weekend, yeah, Saturday. We was talking. Don't ask us about Three of Cups. We're coming back, man, when we're coming back. But we be talking, yeah? Anyway, thank you, lovely Soul Empress Tarot. So we were talking, and like it was, I think there's like 5-hour difference between us. The girls are closer in time than me. It's like 5 hours. And when they were calling me, it was getting dark, and I was out in the bush. And they were both at home, and it was quite middle of the day type of vibes. And I was just like, ain't these portals? Because I'm in a completely different time and space, energy, everything, and there you lot are over here, but we're all interconnected, communicating and thing. And then I think about this is my point to this. So the internet, yeah, there's going to be problems. We already know, we're preparing for that, you know. So a question that they asked me in the bath is, who are you outside of the internet? So I'm asking you lot, who are you outside of the internet, and how do you express that? Do you really express who you are outside of the internet? Outside of the internet? Because think about it. Think about how small they've made the world with this World Wide Web thing, and how all interconnected we feel. Just think about the people that are in the chat. Please, like, as you come in, please, my G's. Think about the 74 of us that are here now, you know, and we all feel kind of together and interconnected. We're feeling the same vibe, energy, whatever. We almost feel like one at times, right? You, me, you. And think about that in real life. What would that feel like for you in real life? And would you act and move in the same way in real life as you do online? Would you be so open? Say, for instance, in this chat. So a lot of you comment and say what you're feeling, how you're thinking, and quick to pipe in real life. That's what I think they mean. Like, who are you offline? Are you the same person offline as you are online? And if not, why not? Is it 100 all in all areas? You know, because I know that I have like a different personality. I remember dating somebody for a while, and they actually said to me one time, it just stuck with me differently, and they said, I would like to get the Mandisa that's online, the Instagram Mandisa. I was like, what do you mean? That's what do you mean? That's, I am. They were like, mm-mm. So yes, passion, chi. Yeah, you see. So I was like, rah, that stuck with me, and that was said years ago, and it still kind of stuck with me, man. I was just like, shit, am I not the same? Am I not the same? Maybe that back then I wasn't. Maybe I was. I guess I have quite an extroverted personality, and social media allows me to let it live, you know, but I'm also very introverted as well, and can be quite quiet and quite chill, not say a fucking word more time, you know what I mean? We are multi-dimensional, fucking exactly. But I feel like what we're being asked is, would we have the same energy in a real life collective as we have in this virtual one? Would we have the same energy if we were all living in a village together or in the same space together? Would we have the same energy if we were all, maybe if we weren't even living in a village together, if we were scattered all over the place as we are, and we needed to support each other? Would you be as supportive if the say for instance I could get to fucking California through an underground subway in 20 minutes, and I needed one of y'all's help? Would y'all be as open to help, and vice versa? Would I be as open to help? Portals. So I was talking about portals with my sisters. You know, I go all over the place, yeah? Talk about portals with my sisters and how these are portals, and if, you know, it's as easy for us three to connect in the 3 different parts of the world that we're in, London, Canada, and the USA, or England, United Kingdom, Canada, and the USA. How dope would it be for us to be able to connect as quickly physically? It really made me think. And then I thought about, shit, as above, so below, so within, so without. So if we can do this, there must be a physical way that we can interconnect physically quicker without aeroplanes and borders. It's another thing. I mean, I'm not into round earth, flat earth. No, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I do believe in the fucking firmament though, like me and my sisters did talk about. I do believe in that. But listen, you ever see if the globe was round, you ever seen a plane do that? Have you ever been in a plane and gone or really, do you know what I mean? Like if you was going over or around a curvature. I have never. And because I sit on my roof this weekend, and I was watching the airplanes just going straight lines. And I was thinking, the fuck is that? Really? Because if this thing is really a round sphere, wouldn't airplanes do that? Do you know what I mean? And really, does the sun go up and down? Because because we think it's a round thing, we think that the sun, I had to finish the sentence, that the sun and the moon or whatever go in rotation, up and down. I mean, I've seen videos when I was a kid, that motion. But I'm thinking, really, is that what the fuck happened? Because if that's the case, why is it only fucking dark for 5 hours in London these days? I mean it. Because I don't sleep on a fucking full moon in it. So I'll be clocking it. That's why it took me so long to come on as well. Because I'm just like, when is it going to be dark? It's after 10. Still not dark. And then I'll sit here for a couple hours, and come 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock is going to start the lights coming back. That's only 4 or 5 hours. So what about that motion? Wagwan for that. So it's really making me ask, you know, I'm always going to be asking questions. And I ask them with you lot because I want to see what you lot say, because I love the different perspectives, and I don't have the fucking answers. I just have the questions at this point. I'm going to talk about the moon. I'm going to talk about the moon as an archon. Remember I did that the other day? Circle of life, not the flatline plane of life. It's true. Thank you, Mosweld. It's true, though. That's what we were taught, the cycle of life, the circle of life. What is the flat of life? I mean, what is it really? What's going on? And that's another thing, time as well. We already know. Thank you, MFE. We already know. Sorry, I get distracted a little bit with the comments. I forgot what I was going to fucking say now. Let's go back to what I was saying originally about the moon as a, because I spoke about the other planets. What did I talk about last time? Talked about Saturn. Oh, okay, let's talk about Saturn very quickly before we really get into the moon as like that, because we're gonna. I told you we're gonna be here a minute because I'm gassed. Thank you, Ashunta. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I would appreciate that because I love to learn these little bits about astrology. So boom. So we already know Capricorn, the Lord of structure, discipline, authority, and karma, and the strict teacher is gone retrograde. And we know it went retrograde in Aquarius, but that was on the 4th of June. And now we are here on the 14th of June. It's in from the 12th, 2 days ago. It's been in Capricorn, retrograde. Guess who else is in retrograde in Capricorn? Pluto. And do you remember the last time that Pluto and Capricorn not necessarily were retrograde in Capricorn? They weren't. They were moving forward in Capricorn. And guess what happened? That was on the 22nd of March 2020. That's the first time that had happened in 500 years. And them two went into Capricorn and they caused a madness. Because what did we get? We got the Lurgy. And all hell broke loose. I mean, we got the Lurgy, but really and truly it was the reset in it. We know what it was. We know what the fuck that was. You know what I mean? Many of us had been prepared for years for the thing. So we knew what the fuck it was. So now that they're back in retrograde, I feel like they're going back over some shit with a fine tooth comb. Just to make sure, you know, that nothing was missed. Because all of the things that Simon and them told us it was, we know that it wasn't. And now that they are trying to come out with some new shit and with even more stupid and crazy distractions that most of us are not really paying the fuck attention to, we are starting to see even the big ones, even the massive distractions, like, you know, certain places bombing and jubilees and things. We're not really paying attention. So now that Pluto and Saturn are in Capricorn retrograde, and then you've got Mercury, the communicator, the great communicator, coming out of the shadow period. No. I'll just be like this. Cover! Like, the fuck you mean? So, boom, let's look at the Archon. Let's look at the Archon, the moon as an Archon, as opposed to, because we just still don't know what the fuck it is yet. So the moon is better known also as Archangel Gabriel. So any of you that have resonated with Archangel Gabriel, this is also the moon, or the Archon Horalos. I think I said it, Horalos. I think I said it right. But all that keeps going through my head is Horus. Wealth, or it's also known as wealth, or better known as the communicator. Who knew? So it says this entity brings good fortune to travelers, artists, authors, teachers, farmers, brewers, those in maternity and those with disability. This entity also assists with relationships, conception, pregnancy, childbirth, and child rearing. You know, so even if many have said that it's not actually a feminine energy, it's a masculine energy, but that doesn't sound very masculine to me. You know what I mean? In some areas, possibly, but the last few sentences, when it comes to conception, pregnancy, childbirth, and child rearing, I mean, that's, you know, that's both masculine, feminine combination energy to me. If you're looking at, if you want to see what it feels like, it feels like a combination of both energies, because you need for the conception, for relationship, for pregnancy, childbirth. Not necessarily childbirth, but it'd be cute if the daddy's around for childbirth. My daughter's dad delivered her. Nobody touched her in the hospital. He pulled her out of me. He cut her cord. He washed her, clothed her, and boom, we left. I left in a wheelchair, but we left soon after. We even back then, when we were sleep as fuck, we knew really and truly she shouldn't be in there, and we didn't need to be there any longer than we needed to be there. No one touched that child, yo, except her father when she first came out of my body, and then me to feed her. So, you know, it's beautiful if the father can be around for childbirth. It's extremely beautiful. Anyway, so to me, yeah, it's a masculine and feminine energy. It's what it sounds like. But imagine the moon brings good fortune to travelers. We who travel, whether it's physically or multidimensionally, I feel connected to the moon. Do you not look in awe at the moon when you're in an aeroplane? If ever the moon is present and you're up in that sky, does that moon not captivate you? Ever. Every time for me. For artists, for authors, for teachers, for farmers. Obviously for farmers, you know what I mean? The moon cycles tell us when to do certain things. With teachers and authors, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I feel like I can relate to most of these archetypes, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the moon's been good to me. As much as I say I'm not fucking with it because I don't know what it is, which is okay, but I'm not gonna lie to you, its influence on my life. I love you too, LA, the protagonist. I'm not going to lie to you, whether it's an archon or whatever the fuck it is, if it's a planet, whether it's a satellite, or I don't care. It's done me well, especially Horus the god in the form of a falcon whose right eye was supposed to represent the sun. That makes a lot of fucking sense. The moon tells farmers when to plant certain seeds. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, thank you guys. I love you lot so much, man, differently. So yeah. The moon. I think I rubbed off the little dots now because I was I knew it wasn't gonna last. Even when it was happening, even when I was doing it, I was like, oh my god, I got stars on my lips. How long is that gonna last, bitch? I just knew. So yeah, the moon's been good to me, yo, especially through this process of ascension. The moon's been really, really fucking good to me. I feel like if it wasn't for the moon, following the moon cycles, the new moon and the full moon, it kept me consistent with my magic, kept me consistent with the rituals when I first started, lighting candles and burning shit under the full moon. Segue. Love it. Okay, so boom. So you know, when I first came on, I was showing you the ritual with the goats. Paper. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. What's it called? I don't remember. I don't know. That's another thing that I'm not beating myself up. This can't be the weed. I don't be smoking like that. This can't be anything other than... Oh, Isis Wisdom said it. I was watching Black Magic 363. She was interviewed there. And she was saying that because I told you that something's happened with the time and it's like literally imploded on itself. Because of that, and our memories is almost being wiped. Do you know I couldn't remember a single fucking detail about losing my virginity? I was like, why don't I remember? I remember who with, obviously, and where, but that was it. Oh, and how it made me feel, but that was it. I couldn't remember a fucking thing. I mean, it was 30 years ago, but I couldn't remember. That's such a significant thing in my life that I couldn't remember that. And I was like, shit, I mean, you lot know my memory is not the best. the best of times, but I was disturbed that I couldn't remember that. I seriously had to like literally take myself there and be like, oh, you get me? I can't remember shit. So she was saying that's part and parcel of the whole thing of time collapsing, timelines. Some timelines have collapsed. There's been an implosion of time. You know, she was all talking some shit about we all lost a couple hours a couple years ago. So we're on 22 hours, a 22-hour clock actually. You know what I mean? Things are speeding up, slowing down, speeding up. You know, the fuck? I mean, has it? I mean, we've been saying it for years now, but how is it halfway through the year now? How is it? How? So, look. Remember I showed you, lot. I'm trying to remember the name of the paper, man. But it's made out of goat's hair. Tip of tongue now. Parchment. Boom. So remember I showed you like the rituals with parchment paper back in when I first started, and it was just like new moons. Let's talk about full moon. So full moon ritual was you write down your petition, you fold it 3 times away from you, and you burn it, boom, tonight under the full moon. Good to go. This one's even more potent because this is what you're going to be using. You're going to be using bay leaves, dried bay leaves. I try to make sure that I use complete full bay leaves because I don't like to write on broken ones. And then you write whatever the thing is, the person, the place, the whatever the fuck it is. There's some bills that I don't pay no more because I'd be writing it on this shit and burning it under the full moon. I'm gonna lie to you. So you know, you do your and what I do, I burn it with some herbs. So this is how I make my little thing, yeah. So I make a little I have a little candle, a little tray, a lid, you know, something. I put a candle, so you got a constant burn. And then I use different herbs as well as the bay leaves, put them all together dried, and then throw that into the flames. But first of all, before that gets thrown into the flames, I put the bay leaves in, they set alight, and then I add the others. And then what happens is the wax from the candle keeps that bitch burning. Once that's burned all the way out, normally I ever throw it over the side of the balcony. If I use parchment paper, I don't use candles. So with the parchment paper and the herbs, what normally happens is it just blows away in the wind. But with the candle thing, sometimes you've got to kind of, you can take it into nature and bury it. That's another thing that you can do because it won't blow away like how it would because of the wax in it. So that's what I do, but it's potent, the fuck. You see in my video on Instagram, I got my daughter doing that shit. Like, it's not a joke. So, boom. The reason why I say that we're in the full moon in Scorpio and we're in the very final degree. So, I don't know how many degrees are in all of the things. Is it 29? I don't know. Like, so we're in the final degree of Scorpio. But I said we come, so everything's happening like, all of the downloads are happening in water. Get yourself in the salt bath, for real. These full moon energies last for a couple of days, so the next couple of days make sure you can get yourself into a salt bath and just allow whatever comes to come. I tell you, the salt bath brought my gratitude all the way back, like tears and all the things. That's another thing. Scorpios are softening the fuck up, like, because normally you think of Scorpio, you think of death, and you think of transformation, you think of these things. So I feel like Scorpio energy right now is not as harsh as it once may have been. So we're going into the subconscious, and the underworld can be a bit daunting and a bit overwhelming and even a little bit scary. I feel like at this time it's very transformative, it's very nostalgic, and it's very comforting. It's all of the opposite things. So tears of joy, expect them, because there's been a lot of tears of sorrow, tears of grief, you know, where you've died, certain elements and parts of you have died, things and people and places and things have gone, and you've purged and you've cried and you've grieved that. At this time now, the tears should be that of gratitude. There should be a lot of gratitude tears, because you've done a lot of transformation, you've done a lot of turning certain what looked like crazy situations into quite beautiful outcomes. You know what I mean? You did that. You did that. Wow. A lot of what seems a lot of the impossible is right in front of your face right now. Thoughts, oh my God, thoughts are as quick as you think something is as quick as it manifests. So it's better to just try to focus on, remember when we did the 5 aspects of the soul with the divine feminine, it was talking about focus and I can't remember the words exactly, but it was like precision and skill, you know, being able to maneuver through these waves of these retrogrades and these planetary movements with skill and excellence, something like that. It was something like that. So the distraction, you know, being distracted from what it is that you want, what you want to do, who you want to be with, where you want to be, all of these things is actually manifesting. It's becoming you understanding that shit, if I don't stay focused on the shit that I actually want, then I keep getting a lot of what I don't want. You know what I mean? And then you keep in that perpetual cycle of fuckery, when really and truly, you know, your thoughts, as you know, are so potent and so transformative. Remember what I told you, how we communicate, and it's also not how we communicate with each other, but how are we communicating with spirit, with the universe, with our guides, with those that are assisting us, the unseen. How are we doing that? So yeah, I feel like that's it, man. I feel like I've just been here long enough rapping. So yeah, let's get into the reading. I hope that made sense, guys. Oh yeah, the Cinderella with Brandy and Whitney, dope. It actually is very fucking dope. Just want to like more of this. You know, I feel like it. Oh, so all that watery, transformative Scorpio energy in the final degree means that we're only just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the fire. And in the fire, we become fortified. Whatever was transformed and born through the life, death, rebirth process of Scorpio needs fortifying. So it fortifies in Sagittarius, which is the sign of the sage, sign of wisdom, you know, sign of knowledge. I think in tarot, I think it's represented by the Hierophant, but don't fucking quote me, you hear? Don't do that, because I don't like it. Especially when I'm not sure. But I think it is, you know, it feels like it. If we're dealing with the sage and knowledge and wisdom, I would say the Hierophant. But remember, it's about tapping into you, tapping into your own Akashic records, your own past lives. That's another thing. Oh my God, this was the thing that I was really like a bit nervous to say, but I'm fucking saying it because I believe it. So boom, so if you're proper connected with a certain, say like a deceased famous person that you know, you kind of feel like a kind of, you feel some kind of connection to them. It's not just an admiration. You were probably that person, I'm not gonna lie to you. And for you to tap into certain things, maybe watch some movies or documentaries about them, you know what I mean? Just to hey, a bit of Diana Ross. You know what, I thought with this outfit, I thought we would get a bit of Diana, the original Diana. But they was like, no, darling, just let her out. And I was like, okay. When I pulled it out, I was like, sorry for the high pitch. That's how I felt. So yeah, if you feel like, thank you MFE, if you feel like you've got some kind of infinity of the relationship with a certain known person, doesn't necessarily have to be celebrity, it could be somebody in history or their story, you know what I mean, like an iconic or historic figure. Especially if you have an infinity with somebody that was a bit ruthless, maybe a little bit, I'm gonna say it, a little bit bloodthirsty or whatever, a little bit violent. That was you. There was a part of you that was part of you, and you need to look into that energy. That you need to, because this is really, this full moon. If you think about Mars being the original ruler of Scorpio, And I did tell you there's going to be some forceful movement forward with the collective. Like I said, I'm not tapped into anything outside of the collective as yet. I don't like to be, because it makes me a bit crazy. Even a prophet, Ashley, it can be anything or anybody that you have an infinity with. Research that and learn about yourself. I really do believe that's a thing. Why would we be certain? How could there be so many similarities between certain people that we've grown up watching or loving, or whatever? When you see their story, you just think, right, that's so similar to mine, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Or you see patterns that used to be you. You even hear of fucking characters, people that you know now. Like, I'm not going to tell you the person's name because I still feel weird about it when I talk about past lives that were known. It feels weird. But there's a particular entity, a particular deceased somebody who had all of my friends. I was watching a documentary about her. Not a documentary, a movie about her. And she had all of my friends in there. I could identify all of them. I was like, rah, there's Biggs, rah, there's Anne, my wife. I was like, oh my days, there's that person, a lover. I was like, oh my God, you were there then too. Bruh, I'm just putting you on game, you lot. You know what I mean? Because they be making these documentaries and writing these stories about people, because we know that reincarnation is the biggest thing. So another thing as well, all of everything and everybody that has ever existed is all here right now. Every energy that has ever existed in the past, present or future is here right now, and one of them could be you. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, if you want to, some of you are finding it a bit difficult to tap into your Akashic record. Some of you are finding it difficult to meditate for too long. Some of you are finding it even difficult to truly believe some of the shit that's coming through for you. You're not trusting it. So, or not even believing it. There's not a knowing. But sometimes, you know, when you watch something or someone's story and it hit different, that could have been you. And that's what you can dig up and find certain patterns, and it just the rabbit hole just goes. You'll be like, just hear the scream from up here. Nothing, silence, and you're still like. I'm just telling ya. Anyway, let's get on with these cards. Let's pray first. Our Divine Mother and Father who live within us, higher be thy name. Our freedom come, your will be done on earth as it is within us. Give us this day our daily breath, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us and themselves through all timelines, lifetimes, and levels of consciousness. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the absence of love. We are the kingdom, we are the power. Divided we are weak, united we are victorious. And to you, the Almighty, we give all of the glory forever and ever. Duanate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is, and so it will be. Ashe. I'd like to invite my ancestors, my guides, my angels, my Orisha, my guardians, my higher self, my star family, into this reading so that we can get a precise, clear understanding about anything that we might need to know as a collective and as individuals. Ashe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get into it. Who first? Wisdom of Avalon. Oh my God, you know we got old school. Why we've still got the theme. We got the soulful woman from... This feels really old school. Sophia. Old school. I had to. If we're going to do a moon reading, we got to go back to the old school, yo. We got to go back to it. So we're going to pull a goddess at the end from Soulful Woman. Wisdom of Avalon. Let's have a look. Hey, lights. Hey, Angel. All right, first card out. We get movement. We move. It's a 9. Second card. What's the second card? Second card's the horse. Third card. What you got for me? Imagine I was in big Ethiopian airport in big Addis Ababa pulling cards for myself to kill time. That's when I knew I really don't give a fuck at this point. Proper pulling cards and taking notes. And we got the swan. My gosh, my G, transformation, trusting the psychic gifts. Please, God. Accepting help from another, delegating authority. Let's start with movement. Let's start with movement. I think we're at the precipice of a new type of movement. We're all, again, the labels are fucking us all up, you know, especially in this spiritual community right now. There needs to be a movement of oneness. Miss Fallon! Hey, girl. We move as one. We need to move as one accord. And the way that we get that one accord is having one source of information, which is spirit. And all of us have that within us. So therefore, we need to start to really trust what we are. The final card, it says here, trusting the psychic gifts. We need to start trusting. You need to start trusting yourself. You need to really start trusting everything that's coming through you, because we move as one. So your information is just as valuable as anybody else's information. So especially when I told you about this internet coming down, there needs to be, the movement is heard. Everybody feels like they have a voice with this internet business. But when it's down, where's your voice? Are you still standing for what you're standing for? Are you still moving in the same type of integrity when you don't have the platform of social media to vent on or at? Are you still brave? Are you still working for spirit? Are you still about this transformation, this ascension, this new world? Are you still about it without social media? Or no? Ralphie's back. That's another thing where I knew it was in Scorpio. Ralphie is back. He's sitting right outside the door. I can see his shadow. But see his shadow, Anubis. So Ralphie's back, and a witch couldn't be happier. I am a dog witch. I will never be a cat witch. Never. I tried it. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. But I am definitely a dog witch. I am so fucking back in my element right now with Ralphie being here. Oh my God. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That's another thing as well. Yes, Miss Fallon, I love it. I love it. That's another thing with Ralphie being back. Again, it's another reminder that Anubis has got my heart weighed against that feather of Ma'at, the feather of the 42 laws. Am I balanced in who I say I am? Am I balanced in humanity? You know what I mean? Like, really and truly, am I? You know, and is my heart as light as it needs to be to move on? Because when they talk about the afterlife is the life after you come out of the life process. And now that we are conscious of it, it's not, we can't be viewing death in the same way. We can't be viewing death in the same way. It's transformative energy. So maybe let's turn the word death into transform. So if they're talking about the afterlife, we're talking about the life that you have after you've transformed. So really and truly what Anubis is asking is, are you aligned with the next part, the next leg of who you are. Now that you've shed all of that and your grieving process has done what it do, are you now ready to move on to the next upgrade, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, leveling up, whatever? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to move into that, or do you still need time to shed any resentment, grief, or illusion of thinking that you've lost something? How can you lose something when you are all the things? And I'm just looking at the bottom of the deck. You've got the Four of Swords. So if some of you are not quite ready, and some of you might need to rest, you know, some of you might need to still get over the grief of losing, even if it's not a person or a place or a thing, a certain part of you that no longer reigns, no longer exists. And it could be the part of you that was refusing to see certain aspects of yourself, refusing to see how the world really was. Because some of us, like I said, some of us want to unsee some shit that we've seen in it. Like, it's just, but we can't unsee what we've seen. So now that we've seen it, who is that? What has that contributed to our becoming? Does that make any sense? Huh? So I was going to wear lashes today. I was so glad I didn't, because it was going to be extra. Because as soon as I saw, because it's 2 skirts, it's not one, it's so much foo-foo, fra-fra, it's 2 skirts. I was like, rah, it's a lot. And then I was like, rah, can lashes? No, it's not necessary. I digress, always. So boom. So what they're saying is, you know, some of you might still need to take that time to rest. Some of you, the movement might be even physical. Some of you might have to move physically, and some of you are still not quite sure. You're upset about who you're leaving behind. Some of the movement could be just in a state of leveling up. Some of you could be upset about who you may have left behind in terms of your success. You know, certain pay brackets might open certain doors and allow certain opportunities to come through that may not be accessible to other people. And some of you might have survivors syndrome, you know what I mean, and guilt for your own leveling up and getting to the space where you are right now. Is 111 of you in the chat? But can y'all hit the like button when you come in? I beg or no, please. Okay, so boom. But like I said, what was I saying? It was really feeling good. Yeah, and then some of you moving spiritually. Some of you are not on the same levels as you was before now. That's all I can say. Before your death, before your life, death, rebirth process began in this cycle. You know, who you popping up to be now? Some of you are saying like you're coming back to do your readings. You ain't done no readings in years and a minute, but now you're feeling the urge to come forward and, you know, spread a message and give us a word. Like, do that. You know, some of you are picking back up your easels and you know, some of you are picking back up your projects and your, you know, your hobbies. But really, truly, those are not your hobbies. Those are your gifts. Those are your gifts. Some of you are picking back up your gifts and you're really getting into it now. And it's causing you to move differently, because you've also got confidence this time. You're very confident about how you're moving in this here time. But like I said, some of you might still need to rest a piece. Let's get these 2 cards. You got the World. And you already know how I feel about the World. The World represents all of your lives, all at once, all right now, all happening, all right now, all at once. That's the World. That's your world. That's your world all coming into one. Remember I told you, like, certain energies that you may be affiliated to, known personalities, energies that you may be affiliated to, but you may be watching the story and the documentary of yourself. You know what I mean? So all of this is coming in. You're tapping deeper and deeper into these Akashic records. I don't even know if tapping into parallel lives is even called Akashic record access. I don't know what that's called, to be honest. And then we got the 10 of Wands with movement. Some of you are still hearts heavy. Some of your hearts are still very fucking heavy, and they're not balancing out against that feather of Ma'at. So this is causing your movement to be delayed. It's causing your movement to be kind of jerky. But really and truly, if you just let go the burdens now, man, and let go and just have faith, be faithful in this part of the process. Go with the flow of the energies, not the flow of what people are saying and doing. Flow with the energies. Tap into the energies. Just flow with it. Get me? It's beautiful. Happy strawberry moon in. Oh, you lot said Sagittarius, but like I'm explaining, I feel like it's in the final degrees of Scorpio, and it's also, as it's in the final degrees of Scorpio, the Sagittarius is the fire that will fortify. It's the wisdom that will lock in the energy of what you transformed into during the Scorpio energy. So it's just my opinion. So look how they dress me. It's very Scorpionic energy, yo, my G. When it's conflict energy, again, you try to, the only conflict you can resolve is your own. And a lot of the time, any conflict energy that is outside of you is just a reflection of how you feel about yourself within, with your own aspects. You know, they're just you know, either mirrors or lessons, you know, of how you feel about your damn self. So when conflict energy, just try to resolve the conflict within you. Try to always go within you before you, thank you, Juliana, before you start to project your angst and your anxiety onto others who really are just mirroring you. And then we got the horse, and it says accepting help from another, delegating authority. 26 is an 8, so this is again expansion. You know, when we talk about 8 energy, 9 energy is ending. It's coming to the end of something. It's completion. It's the divine number. It's the last number of all of the digits. After that, it's numbers added up together that make, you know, the rest of the numerical chart. But really and truly, 9 is the all. It's the end of, you know what I mean? And completion. You know, the 9 is a completion number, whereas the 8 energy is the infinity energy. It's the coming together energy. It's the community energy also, because it says accepting help from another, delegating authority. So you're working with others in this energy, and it's saying to you that you again, you know, you don't have to carry these particular burdens by yourself. You know, you are multi-dimensional, so, you know, get into some sleep and tap into different elements of yourself. This is again another thing with the movement, with the 4, with the rest, with the 4 of swords. It's not just getting over. Look at the position in the traditional cards, but even in this card, he's not even sleeping. He's in a meditative pose. You get me? So, you know, it's not asking you to necessarily sleep for this particular movement. It's about getting into meditative states and using the macabre energy, your spaceship, as Isis Wisdom called it the other day. It's the macabre is your spaceship, and it allows you to travel through all of the lifetimes, all of the timelines, and all of the levels of consciousness. Boom. I like what you're doing with it today, y'all. But you can't do shit when you're carrying so much burdens, when your heart is so light. Imagine you've got a heavy heart and you see some shit and you have a whole heart attack in your sleep. It's a real thing. Don't play. Don't play with yourself like that. Because you really want to explore, you really want to know, because you know it's a thing, because other people are speaking about it. You know it's a thing and you want to experience it as well. You can't do it if your heart is fucking heavy. And a lot of the time when our hearts are heavy, we try to do things to distract the heaviness of the heart. So we smoke, we drink, we fucking take drugs, we have all of these addictions, we fuck the wrong fucking things, and all of the things. These things need to be put to one side so that you can actually fully lighten up yourself and experience all that there is to experience in this magnificent thing we call life. I know last week, 2 weeks ago, I was like, I fucking hate it here, Earth's ghetto. Still is. But I'm having a better time. Not because of anything or anyone or any particular thing. It's just me coming into the rebirth energy and really fully embracing that and understanding and having a full consciousness of what was happening to me and how we were feeling at that time, you know, because remember, we've gone through years without having a clue about these processes. It is, man, it's just still pretty ghetto still. Like, we never had a clue. We just thought, we didn't know that there were planets that had an influence on us. We didn't know, or archons or whatever the fuck. We didn't know that these things went into retrograde so that we could sit in contemplation and learn some shit. We didn't know about the zodiacs. We just knew about ours. You know, I'm an Aries. That's all you really knew. You know what I mean? We didn't know, but now we have a different level of consciousness. We are quite aware, and this is how you flow. You know what I mean? This is how you understand that you are yourself. If you are all things, then you too are even the moon and the sun and all of these things. And once you tap into the energy of these things, then you know how to flow, you know how to move. It's not even a burden, it's not even a ting. You get me? It's just when you don't know, that's when you feel like you're going crazy. But we all know now at this point we're not. So accepting help from another, delegating authority. Some of you need some therapy, for real. You know, some of you need some old school therapy. You don't need a tarot reading. You don't need a Reiki session. You just need some old school fucking therapy where you just sit down and you talk to someone and they ask you the right questions to really dig into what the fuck is going on with you. So some of you need to book yourself into some therapy sessions. I love therapy, man. I haven't been for a while and I feel like I need to go myself. Me too, Terry. I love the fucking moon, man. After all that's been said and done, and I'm just like, I'm not fucking with it. I don't know, is it a planet? Is somebody watching me? What the fuck is this energy? But right about now, you know, I'm just gonna put some respect on the moon's name. And thank it for the experiences that I've had in its energy, to be honest. So boom, back to accepting help from another, delegating authority. Who is this another? First of all, who are you asking help from? The sun! The fuck you mean? Yeah! And then you got the Fool card as well. Boom! What do you mean? What did they say about the sun? Because I got my notes right here. Let's talk about the sun. The sun, Archangel Michael or Archon Adonis, kinship. This entity is said to bring good fortune to those individuals who do not conform to society, known as the warrior, associated with those who value sovereign individuality. This entity assists with change, peace, spirituality, creativity, motivation, and it's also food. We talked about the photosynthesis. You know what I mean? It's also fucking food. We talked about the power of the sun right now. You know what I mean? Especially at this time, and how essential it is. Essential is the word. And then it takes us on the Fool's journey. It takes us into the next beginning. Look at the sun as well, and the moon. Look at the two of them together. So we're asking the sun and the moon for help at this time. What else can I see? Oh shit though. It's the crocodile. But it's alright though, because it looks like it's no one's flinching. No one is flinching. What did I learn about the crocodile deity? I cannot remember the name because I watched that program Moon Knight the other day on Disney. It's a new Marvel thing, yeah. And the crocodile deity wanted to be she needed a host. She needed a body to occupy so that she could come back to Earth, and she was the one that was going to stop. So any bad mind person, anybody that was going to commit any fuckery even in their later life, she would kill them as a child right immediately before. And she'd also judge them on their, you know, so you could be a good person now, but if you've done some dirt, dash you out of here, like take your soul, gone. So she was this deity I don't know why I'm talking about her, because I just feel like, yeah, we're talking about the heart and the weight of the feather in it. But this seemed a little bit unjust. And then Kontu, whatever that deity is, the moon, oh fucking hell, the moon deity, that's why it was called Moon Knight. He did the same thing, but he only did it once they'd committed the crime. So you only got fucked up if you commit the crime. So even if you're born bad breed and you've got the intent to do something, but you don't do it. Imagine you go for your life, you fight that, and you don't do the thing. This crocodile deity would have killed you at birth because you had the bad mind thoughts. But this is all about transformation, isn't it? It's all about, you know, even the saint becoming the sinner, and or the sinner becoming the saint. It's just a sinner who fell down. So a saint is just a sinner who fell down and then got up. A saint is just a sinner who fell down and then got up. I love that. So then obviously the Sun card is the most positive card in the whole deck. Sabrita, my pleasure, my love. The sun is, so we're accepting help from the sun. We're going to use the sun. The sun is light, isn't it? So the sun is that love and light you're talking about. The light is information. So the downloads that come from the sun, you know, it's even though I was saying it doesn't feel like summer, it has been feeling like summer for the past few days, man. It's been hot as fuck, and where I'm not working, and some days I just be outside butt the fuck naked on my roof, absorbing all of the sun through all of my orifices, all of them. And I would recommend the same thing. It's very, look at my skin, it's fucking, but it's the light as well, I'm not gonna lie, the glow light, but it really is a thing. It's like glowy. Come on guys, come on, get into it. So final card that we've got is the Swan. Transformation, trust in the psychic gifts. We've already talked about this full moon is in Scorpio. It's the life, death, rebirth process. Let's get a clarifier. Life, death, rebirth. So this is the rebirth part, because we Jana, we went through the death bit. Why am I shuffling this way? Why does it look like that? You know, so this is the rebirth bit. And it says, trusting psychic gifts. Oh, and then we got the Hierophant! Come on! I swear, because I swear the Hierophant is Sagittarius energy. Talk to me, guys. Help me. But I actually do want to read the... I want to read the Swan very quickly when it talks about transformation, number 12. Transformation, trust in the psychic gifts. This card represents a transformation from one state to another. From the ugly duckling to the beautiful swan, this signals a period of growth that will ultimately be life-changing. The Swan says that you may change so much that you may not recognize yourself in the end. Most important, it's time to honor and love this change within yourself, and then only the most beautiful reflection will shine back at you from the mirror of your life. Come on. The Swan says, dive in. The Swan says, dive in. Dive in. Water. I told you, this is a watery moon, my G's. I told you lot. But we got the fire will fortify it. Oh my God. Dive in, you will love who you become. It also reminds you that you need to trust your intuition and your psychic gifts to guide you as you go through the process of wonderful and ultimate change. Hey, Black Velvet. The Swan is the companion of the High Priestess. I always thought it was the eagle and the hawk, but it can be both. The companion of the High Priestess, who has the ability to part the mist that serve to separate Avalon from the physical world. The swan can dive into the lake on her behalf and find treasures that human eyes cannot see. The swan reminds you to see with your heart and listen with your spirit. I already told you that. Right at the beginning. Like your spirit team, your the unseen, they be rapping to us. Rapping. And we need to listen. Thank you, Black Velvet. We need to listen. We need to be tapped the fuck in right about now. The distractions loud them. Silence is a very fucking beautiful thing. Get in the water. Definitely, if you salt baths, if you live near the sea, have a good time, but don't go into the water or go to the water without an offering. It's disrespectful. All right. The swan reminds you to see with your heart and listen with your spirit. And the whole world can be magically transformed. This is where the Hierophant comes in, because it's going to fortify this knowing of self, this multi-dimensional exploration of self, knowing that at any given fucking time we can go wherever the fuck we want, whenever the fuck we want. Don't need no passport, no permission, nothing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. But before we get there, there's going to be, I mean, as above, so below. So if this massive transformation is happening within us, it can only be happening to daughter Earth as well. Therefore, there's a lot of chaos with that, because nobody loves a transformation, especially for those who, Simon and them I'm talking about, innit? They don't love that, because what does that mean for them? What does that mean for them? Also, the Wheel of Fortune, you know, those who are on top are going to be at the bottom. Those who are on the bottom will be at the top. This is the meek again, inheriting the earth. But we got to move, yo. We got to move, and we got to let go of them fucking burdens that we've been carrying. Got to let go of them. Your heart needs to weigh against that feather, my G's. That's why we're going to get some bay leaves. What the fuck happened? So we're going to get some bay leaves. We're going to write on them. We're going to burn that under this damn moon tonight. Anything that you feel is stopping you, anything, right on there. Let me check, and then come to me the next time I come on there and tell me about how transformative that ritual was for you. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. You know I would never lead you into no bullshit, man. I've been doing that for years. And I told you there's some bills I don't pay that yard pay and you'd be screaming about. I don't pay them because write some shit on some bay leaves and remove that from my reality. Beg. Don't want it. I don't want it. Okay, so we got two. So we got the Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. We also got the Eagle, see from the higher perspective. Again, I feel like we should get one for each pile, because that one can go with that one. I'm keeping Peacekeeper with that one, and then we can have one more for the horse. Take this top one. Mountain, stand your ground. Again, that came up in the last reading for us. I'm going to read it though. I skimmed over it and I felt like I should have read it. I've still got a lot to do though. What time is it? Fuck it, man. How often do I do a moon reading? I probably can't see me doing another one anytime soon, so we hanging in it. Hey Sabrita. Oh, is that Queen Bee? Hi, me? Who's Queen Bee? Is there a Queen Bee in here? Hey Queen Bee. Or not? You say that to me? Hey, I'm getting confused. Birds the whole time. They're so loud and aggressive as well. It's like, listen to me. But some of you are animal whisperers, so you need to really tap into what they're saying, because remember, they can see things from a higher perspective. Oh, thank you, Shani. Oh, hi, Queen Bee. There is a Queen Bee in here. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Diamond Oracle. Let's look at the mountains. I want to read it. In relation to the horse asking for help, asking for the sun for help. Mountains, stand your ground. 128. Message: hold firm to what you believe in or are focusing on, because it is absolutely right. Know that heaven and earth are supporting you about mountains. Mountains are strong and wise. They are rooted. That strong and wise is that Sagittarius energy. They are rooted deep in the earth and reach high into the sky. They have been where they are for thousands of years. They have been home to animals. They have been climbed by humans. They have been seasons come and go. They have seen seasons come and go. No matter what has happened to them, they have remained strong, immovable, and unshakable. And so they offer the spiritual energies of strength and resilience. Extended message. Mountain energy. Remember I asked you lot, who the fuck are you offline? You know, you still the bad ascension warrior that you are offline. Are you? Not, I'm not telling you lot to evangelize or nothing, but are you moving in with the same integrity as what you're being asked? Mountain energy is powerful because it's firmly rooted in the Great Mother and reaches high to the Great Father. If you're feeling challenged or pressured at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient and grounded, and the energy and air of the mountains is giving you the unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energies of the earth. So you not need to be going out, grounding yourself, taking your shoes off, walking in. I'm telling you, Ralphie's back. Where do you think a witch has been 3 times a day already? Yes, man, feet on the earth. As much as I love my roof and tree be stroking me and shit, I love it. But nothing like having the feet on the earth. Nothing like feeling Gaia underneath your feet and that energy surging through your body, touching a fucking tree to say thank you. You know what I mean? There ain't nothing like that. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming in the energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are. Talk things over with those around you. Okay, look at that. And it's with the horse. Ask, accepting help from another, delegating authority. Talk things with people around you and know that change will come to you. Change will come to you. You will be whole and well at the end of this current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. Love it. Runology. It's a lot of cards, man. Runology. It's a long reading. I feel like lately they've been kind of long. It's because the downloads are so enough. Hey Sabrita, welcome, guys. Welcome Sabrita into the chat, yo. She's new here. Hey Antonio, I don't speak Spanish, but hi. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. This is why it's important to stand your ground. You know, I told you, look, you're going to be tested. You're going to be drawn the fuck out. Just did a retrograde. And now that Capricorn and Pluto are up in, Pluto and Saturn are up in Capricorn retrograde. Drawn the fuck out. Expect it. Just expect it. But remember how to move. Remember yourself. Remember who the fuck you are. Remember who the fuck you are. First quarter. My throat's getting... It's getting a little bit... Drink some water. So first quarter, 28. It's a 10. It's only on page 28. This is just a page, but you just don't have to get into that. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big or for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works. Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. Got to let go of these burdens because you dare sitting there, you don't believe yourself. You know what I mean? You don't believe that shit is possible. Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself. Affirm, I am committed to my dreams and move towards them with confidence. Additional meaning of this card, the answer to your question is yes, but not yet. You're halfway to your goal. You still need to put in a bit more effort. Remember, I told you we're still in the final degrees of Scorpio with this full moon. So there still needs to be a little bit more transformation. You get me? That's my impression of the Transformers. But once we're in the fire now. We're in the fire pit. Fire fortifies. It strengthens. We know that. Sometimes we just need to realize how much we want something. You need to recommit to someone or something. Drag. The teaching. In the lunar cycle, the first quarter moon comes between the new moon and the full moon. It's time when the sun and the moon are at a hard astrological angle. When the sun and the moon are at a hard astrological angle, there's nowhere else to go but forward, and we travel fucking light. You understand? We travel light to each other, and this can prompt a small crisis. No matter when you pull this card, you may need to see any dreams as a stepping stone to where you want to be. Any dramas, as a stepping stone to where you want to be. It can also be a time when you need to stay strong through the storm. You will see it when you believe it. You will see it when you believe it. Miracles are happening in this time, y'all. Should we pull one crystal and get the fuck out of here? What are you saying? One crystal and we out. Oh no, we don't need to pull a crystal. It's a goddess, sorry. Let's pull a goddess because it really is tapping on for a whole long thing. Let's pull the goddess. Let's allow, I don't know, we might not allow the crystal. See the goddess there? Creative cocooning. Creative cocooning. Let's read it. Let's read it from the book quickly. 12. Creative cocooning. Creative cocooning, taking quiet time for myself to rest, dream, and reflect on my life is a deep pleasure I give myself. As I cocoon, I become a safe nest for myself, a nourishing space of inner calm and peace. Slowly and magically, new thoughts and ideas begin to hatch like tiny eggs of light. I hear things I've never heard before. The universe is talking to me, and I am listening. When I am in my creative cocoon, I remember that my true life is a soul journey. My soul knows nothing of ego agendas, but moves to experience life in all of its wonder and beauty. After cocooning, I feel whole and happy. I feel reconnected to the flow of life, and I am restored, regenerated, and inspired. I am ready for my next step. I am ready for my next step. But remember, I told you some of you ain't ready. So get ready so you don't have to stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. Understand what this is. You have an insight now. You have understanding of the process of the movements of these planets, the influences that they have on us. Man, you ain't new to the motherfucking rodeo. So stop acting like it. Card affirmation. Creative cocooning is a freedom I give myself. I create a safe nest for peace, healing, and calm. I've heard some of you being like, we want the crystal, and then I'm out. I'll be back really one day this week to do the 5 aspects of the soul, trying to keep consistent. I know we're more than a week out, but at least it's the following week, innit? And plus we need time to process what we learn. Rhodozite. 43. 7. 43. Rhodozite. Mighty power. Zingy rhodozite is excellent for removing blockages and for adding vitality to the physical body. It cleanses, activates, and powers up all of the chakras and harmonizes the etheric bodies. This crystal encourages the flow of Kundalini energy to all the cells and the spaces in between. Antonio, just say one more thing, say another thing, and so that you pop up so that I can just block your ass. Disturbing my family like this. The fuck you doing? Is this your ass? What is that? You just keep saying the same thing. Remove. Also, what else do I want to do with you, Antonio? I want to hide this user from this channel. Yeah, I don't understand Spanish myself either. So, jeez, man, this scab here. I don't even remember knocking my foot nowhere, but the scab, jeez, it's huge. Anyway, self-understanding, karmic imprints from your past lives or emotional wounds from earlier in your present life may be creating states of psychosomatic dis-ease. And so that's what I told you. People that you feel connected to that are in the public eye, not now living, past, deceased people, tap deeper into them, because you could be watching, reading, learning about yourself. And you can get past some of these karmic cycles. And remember, Saturn is the lord of karma in its home sign of Capricorn in retrograde, working on your behalf. Karmic imprints from your past lives, blah 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 blah. Your own negative or compulsive thought patterns may play a part, as can those of other people directed towards you. Divination, check out the harmony or lack of it in your environment. Earth energies may be disrupting your well-being. The ground around your workplace and your home may need healing and stabilizing by planting suitable crystals in the earth. Have you not done that yet? Because outside my house, I don't know what crystals are buried outside, but there's bare of them, you know. And in the park, my local park as well, there's bare crystals in that park too that I've buried in the soil all around the place. You know what I mean? Because I'm just trying to look out for myself out here. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to calm the motherfucking energy for myself out here. Don't think I didn't think, yeah, that when we first had the first lockdown in 2020, my area never got the fucking memo. You could come here, people were out here playing tennis, they were out here playing table tennis, they were just out here communing, having the best time. Park was ram. And I was just like, of course it is. Like, the amount of crystals and fucking meditations and offerings you've given in this area, why wouldn't it look like this when in these times? You change things, you change your environment just by your actual energies. That's why I ask you offline, are you still that ascension warrior or no? Are you still all of the aspects of yourself or no? Are you still as open and as yes, Nancy. That's what people call my mum, King's Lotus. People call my mum Nancy. Her real name is Nontikelelo, Nziki for short in African, but here in England, where they can't say Nziki and they hear Nancy, they say Nancy. They just call her what they wanted. So my mum's known as Nancy's in some spaces. Anyway, the ground workplace, blah 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 blah. So yeah, and a lot of us that do grid work as well, we do that, man. We just go out and find ourselves in spaces, and we'd be burying shit. We'd also be moving certain energies, so we might be moving some certain rocks from certain places into other places that need that energy. You know, we'd be doing our thing. Healing insight, living in a healthy, stable environment creates a stable physical body. Frequency, earthly and high chakras, Earth Star. I'm so glad that came up. So Earth Star is a chakra, right? So as above, so below. So we've got stargates all over the place on this planet. So like I said to you, if we can communicate, if we can commune like this, through the World Wide Web, and we can have this connection, why is it not possible to be able to do that in the physical and just move through shortcut through the world? You know what I mean? I heard that you can walk through the Grand Canyon and end up in Africa. That's why they don't let you walk through there. There's certain places where they won't let you fucking walk because you can end up in another realm. Because that's what I think countries are now. I think countries are realms, because you've got some countries that are in completely different time zones, completely different energies, everything. I think it's a different fucking realm, but they just call it countries for bants. You know what I mean? To just throw us off some more. So if there's stargates all over the place, imagine there being a stargate, the gate to the stars. That's what that translates as. So imagine there's stargates all over the fucking place. You can walk from one part of you can be outside here. You can walk through that stargate and be somewhere completely different. It's a thing, and they know it's a thing, and it's like they make things like Doctor Who with the TARDIS. TARDIS is the motherfucking macabre. Just got that download right there. That just came to me right now. But they just be showing us. Even there's a whole program called Stargate. I need to watch that all over again. My ex-husband used to be obsessed with that program. I used to hate it. Why, I didn't even know, because my ignorance was strong then. Strong. So, you know, I don't know why I didn't like Stargate at the time, but the information, I'm gonna watch it. Chakras, earth star, solar plexus, causal vortex, I don't know what that is. Timing, autumn, soul path, healing the earth, which is why most of us are here. Most of us are here to make sure that she gets through this ascension process with as little problems as possible. I can only imagine what time it is. I came on here late, so it must be fucking late now. Doctor Strange vibes, for sure. Watch both movies, guys, because I'm coming to talk about that soon. So yeah, that's that, guys. Thank you as always for rocking with me for so long. They're getting longer and longer, aren't they? I had a lot to unpack, a lot to say to you guys. I haven't done a moon reading for at least 6 months this year. I haven't done a moon reading, so it's been a minute. I'm definitely coming back for the 5 aspects of the soul. I'm definitely coming back on the 21st for the solstice reading. So yes, I will see you all soon. Thank you so much for all you new subscribers, for all you regular guys that come to. Thank you for all your likes and your comments and your support and especially your love. Happy full moon in Scorpio stroke Sagittarius. Make the most of it. Get in a bath, get into some rituals, write some shit on some bay leaves and burn that the fuck and get your life. I love you lot too much.